Welcome to the Bullvine Podcast, your go-to source for inside stories, cutting-edge research, and the latest updates in the world of dairy farming. Our 86th episode explores how the Moving Cows app revolutionizes dairy farm training by enhancing cow handling skills and safety through a game-based approach. So, please grab a glass of milk, sit back, and let's get started with this week's episode.
Moving Cows is a new app that has changed how dairy farm workers worldwide learn to interact with their herds in an entirely new way. This educational game, designed with safety in mind, has been downloaded more than 14,000 times in over 100 countries in just 1 year since it came out. It's not just an app, it's a revolutionary tool anyone can use to learn how to handle cows, regardless of their experience. Moving Cows is beyond traditional training methods by simulating real-life farm situations in a safe, virtual world. It was made using an innovative gaming approach. We're dealing with 2,000-pound animals. Jennifer Van Oss, an assistant professor of animal and dairy sciences at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, said, emphasizing how important it is to get good training on handling cows. The demand for an engaging and practical training solution was evident, she said, and this app offers a novel method that can vastly improve both human and animal welfare in a diversity of settings. The app's global availability underscores the universal quest for better herdsmanship, transcending borders and cultures. Moving Cows imparts valuable skills and sustains user interest by transforming learning into a game, ensuring rapid and enthusiastic learning.
Many problems arise in the dairy industry when training new workers, especially those with little or no experience handling cows. Suitable training materials are essential for new employees to care for animals and maintain high animal welfare standards safely. Traditional training methods rely heavily on passive learning methods, like watching videos and reading books. Even though these methods teach basic things, they don't always keep students interested. Farm workers come from various educational backgrounds and may need help finding materials that are easy to understand or relevant. Language barriers are also a big problem. Many people in the workforce speak different native languages, making it hard to give consistent, easy-to-understand training to teams with many different people. Here comes the idea of serious games, which have become a revolutionary way to train people in many fields, such as the military and professional fields, schools, and health education. These games aim to have fun and teach important lessons through immersive and interactive experiences. They give trainees the chance to experience real-life situations that are hard to recreate in the old way because of issues like cost or safety. Serious games are a great way to change how dairy farm workers are trained because they let you use your hands to help you remember and understand things.
The Moving Cows app represents a significant leap in educational tools for dairy farming, made possible by a collaborative effort. The project was initiated at the University of Wisconsin-Madison under the leadership of Dr. Jennifer Van Oss, a renowned expert in animal and dairy sciences. Recognizing the need for an engaging training tool, Van Oss partnered with Jordan Matthews from Rosie Lane Holsteins and Filament Games, an educational game developer in Madison known for creating enjoyable learning games. The app was primarily made with input from dairy farmers and their workers, who were the people it was meant to help. From the beginning, Van Oss and Matthews wanted to hear from people who work with cattle regularly. They wanted to learn about the most important ways to handle cows and the most common problems farms face. This constructive feedback ensured the game was valuable and relevant by adding real-life situations similar to farm life. Matthews' farm, Rosie Lane Holsteins, was the first place where the idea was tested because it has innovative ways of hiring new workers and diverse staff, including many people new to dairying who need to speak English as their first language. The development process was highly iterative, with multiple changes based on user feedback. The initial versions of the game revealed that the time required to complete them was impractical for use during busy farm training schedules. Matthews promptly addressed this issue. He had his employees test the game and sought feedback from family members. This revealed that different people have different play styles, emphasizing the need to balance educational content and playtime efficiency. These incremental improvements were significant. At first, the basic version took players over an hour to complete. However, after feedback was considered, the game was tweaked so that it could be completed in about 30 minutes, which is a more reasonable amount of time for farm operations. These improvements ensured that students received a complete education and that the tool could be used on farms of all sizes. Users' feedback greatly impacted how the game changed, showing how useful collaborative feedback loops can be in making educational tools. By doing this, Moving Cows became a groundbreaking digital training tool and an example of how important it is to use community feedback to make useful educational technology.
The Moving Cows app stands out because it has unique features that make learning fun. These features combine advanced teaching methods with real-world usability. One of the best features is that the app's interface is available in English and Spanish. This feature makes the app more practical for a broader range of users. It helps with language barriers common in the dairy industry, especially where people speak more than one language at work. Another essential part of the app is the interactive tutorials. These tutorials use step-by-step narration to make learning more fun. They walk students through the basic ideas of cow handling, making complex ideas easier to understand so that users can learn about the ins and outs of cow behavior and handling without getting too stressed. Learning by doing keeps people interested, which helps them remember things better than reading training materials or watching videos. The app also has features that give immediate feedback, essential for learning by doing. As users move through the app's different scenarios, they get real-time feedback on their performance. This instant response helps users quickly understand the results of their actions so they can quickly change and improve their methods. When you use standard training methods, you might not get feedback until after the session. This immediate assessment lets you immediately fix mistakes and learn from them in a safe, controlled setting. Another significant benefit of the Moving Cows app is that it is easy for everyone to use. Smartphones, tablets, and Chromebooks are just some devices that can play the game. This means that users can access the training material anytime and anywhere. The app's flexibility makes it easy to use while traveling. It lets you set your learning times, so it fits right in with the busy schedules of dairy farm workers.
Moving Cows is becoming increasingly popular, and its effect on dairy farms is becoming more apparent through touching testimonials and thought-provoking stories from people who have used this new training tool. The app has changed more than just training methods on farms like Rosie Lane Holsteins. It has also changed how teams interact with the herd every day, which should lead to a safer and more efficient operation. As Jordan Matthews, the herd manager at Rosie Lane Holsteins, said, "Adding the Moving Cows app was like turning on a light in our training program. Now everyone hired is on the same page from the start." This app can fill language and experience gaps. It has become an essential part of our training, cutting down on classroom time considerably and letting our employees learn by doing instead of just watching. Another farm worker said, "Before working here, I've never worked with cows." The Moving Cows game made it less scary, and after playing it a few times, I learned how to move around the herd without scaring them. This kind of feedback shows that the app can help beginners understand how to handle cows, which makes it a good way to bring people from different backgrounds together in the workplace. The app has improved job satisfaction and productivity. Training used to be boring, but now it's fun and even competitive, says a seasoned worker. We talk about scores and strategies during breaks, and it's become a bonding experience that has boosted morale and teamwork. This game-like element has added excitement to the usually tedious task of caring for cows, making the workers more interested and eager to improve their skills. Feedback has also shown that safety has improved significantly. Thanks to the app, our incident reports have decreased by 40%, says Matthews. He thinks this is because the realistic scenarios in the game have helped him better understand how cows behave. This knowledge makes things safer for the cattle and those working with them. Moving Cows is a training app that is changing how dairy farms work. It has encouraged better communication, understanding, and even a competitive spirit among farm staff, making the workplace safer and the team more productive and cohesive.
The educational goals of moving cows are closely linked to improving cow handling skills through an interactive and immersive platform. The game's primary goal is to help players learn how cows behave and handle them without stress. This educational tool simulates situations on dairy farms. It lets players do everyday things like moving cows into the milking parlor, handling them in freestall barns, and learning how they react to repeated situations. Each level of the game helps you understand the flight zone and the point of balance better, which are essential ideas in animal care that help cows move more safely and efficiently. So the game fills a gap in traditional training by turning theoretical knowledge into valuable skills. It does this by building on the ideas taught in the Farmers Assuring Responsible Management animal care program as a whole. This National Quality Assurance Program requires people caring for animals daily to keep learning about stockmanship. It also requires that procedures be followed to keep animals safe and reduce their stress. The certificate of completion that players get when they finish all of the game's levels is essential for the professional growth of dairy farm workers. It shows that the person has mastered critical cow handling skills and met the farm program's educational requirements. This certificate is official proof that a worker is committed to upholding high standards of worker welfare in dairy farms. In addition, the certificate makes a worker more skilled and trustworthy in the field. It shows how hard they work to learn new, more advanced methods, which could lead to more career advancement opportunities. Continuing education is essential for any professional field to grow. This certification proves a worker's skills. It ensures that they know how to handle animals safely and reduce signs of stress, leading to a more productive and humane farming environment.
As long as the Moving Cows app keeps entertaining and teaching its wide range of users, it has much room to grow. Language skills are one of the most important things that will change in the future. The app only works in English and Spanish, but adding more languages could make it much more helpful for dairy farm workers worldwide, regardless of their language or cultural background. Not only does this multilingual expansion make education more available to everyone, but it also makes it more inclusive. Regarding training scenarios, the app could simulate more complex situations on a dairy farm. In future updates, you might be able to handle cattle that can't walk, navigate calving and maternity pens, and prepare for emergencies that are difficult to practice in the usual way. By simulating these situations, the app can give workers a well-rounded learning experience that prepares them for various real-life problems. Adding games to training has effects on areas other than the dairy industry. If this method works, it could lead to similar changes in how people learn in other areas of agriculture, like raising chickens, pigs, and crops. The idea of serious games could also be used in fields where safety and practical skill development are paramount, such as construction, logistics, and healthcare. These fields can gain a lot from interactive learning tools that get people involved. These tools can teach, lower risk, and improve performance. Strategic partnerships will be needed to keep Moving Cows going and help it reach more people. Working with agricultural groups, schools, and people with a stake in the industry could help get funding and add expertise to improve app features. Sponsorships from companies that care about animal welfare and agricultural technology could also be significant for keeping the app free and helping it grow. Ultimately, the Moving Cows app isn't just a tool for now, it's also the basis for how farmers will be trained. Its development will likely set a standard for educational innovation across all fields, showing how gamified learning can change traditional training.
With its unique mix of interactive learning and realistic simulations, the Moving Cows app is a big step forward in training people to work on dairy farms. This learning tool is unique because it turns complicated cow handling skills into a game-like experience. This makes learning more fun and keeps the cows and their handlers safe. The app has filled a significant training gap in the dairy industry by offering honest feedback from farmers, bilingual help, and immediate feedback on performance. The work of experts and game designers has not only created a training tool that helps with language barriers and problems with passive learning, but has also set a new standard for teaching agriculture. Testimonials from real dairy farms show how the app has changed traditional training methods, making staff more engaged and improving safety and animal welfare. The Moving Cows app could become essential to dairy training programs worldwide as it improves. However, this new idea makes us consider the more significant effects. How can technology continue to change farming and make the whole industry more environmentally friendly? As professionals, it is essential to embrace and invest in technological advances. This will help create a future where farming and the latest digital innovations work together. This journey of change encourages professionals in the dairy industry and beyond to consider and support the ongoing integration of technology. This will ensure that agriculture keeps up with the changes needed to meet tomorrow's challenges.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bullvine Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's insightful discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Catch you next time on the Bullvine Podcast, where bovine expertise and community come together.